Is a party political broadcast by Winston Peters on behalf of New Zealand First.
This winter election is about the sort of government you want for the next 3 years. It's about whether you want a party of extremists to hold the balance of power, and it's about whether you want one party to have absolute power, or whether you want someone to keep an eye on things. It's about your rights, the right to walk our streets and live in our homes safely, the right to stop being swamped by a flood of immigrants, and the rights of all New Zealanders to stand together as equals. 3 key issues in 3 years. Violent crime must stop, the flood of immigrants must stop, and racially based policies creating 2 New Zealands must stop. Last election you sent a clear message to the government. Crack down on crime. They didn't hear. They play with words on crime levels, clearance rates, percentages and perceptions, but nothing has changed. Why should the criminal minority threaten you? Why should victims be treated worse than offenders? They've tried all the soft options. And it's now time for some tough love, time for some tough discipline, time to address the underlying causes of delinquency, time to instill self-discipline in our young time, to bring back into line those who have gone off the rails. The police must have the power and the equipment and the numbers to be back on the streets where they can be seen, and not just in a police car in the distance. The worst and most violent offenders will be locked up and kept locked up. The safety of our citizens comes first. We cannot create another generation growing up without discipline, creating even more young offenders, which is why we won't allow a misplaced belief that repeat family group conferences and expressions of sorrow will instill in young repeat offenders discipline and a sense of responsibility. Schools, social agencies and the police can identify at an early stage those on their way to creating chaos. But the system is failing to deal with them. 97% of teenagers who have been jailed are reconvicted within 5 years. What we're doing is simply not working. New Zealand First will require repeat youth offenders to undergo military-like disciplinary training. There'll be no more soft options. The government ignored your message last time. We won't. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.